Hey, Kathy.
Hi, Monica. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Doing really good.
Good.
Yeah. Over there so I can see you. There we go. So,
Um,
you had a good week?
I did. Thank you.
Good. Good, good, good. Nice weather?
It's beautiful weather here now.
Right on.
We had a
Us too.
second wave of super intense heat. So it was like 90
Oh,
degrees that for like, I think it was like last week. And I was like, I'm ready for
uh,
fall.
I know. That's a little warm. For us
Yeah.
Canadians, that's really warm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But good.
How are you doing?
Good. Good, good, good. I followed your the 5-day protocol with the ghee.
Okay.
And it worked nicely. Yeah.
Yay.
Yay, I know. So, and I started introducing some stuff in.
Okay.
I started with yogurt
Okay.
and I was fine with that, but I knew I would be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved into nuts and seeds so I could have it with my yogurt.
Okay.
And I think I did good, maybe not so much with the seeds. I've used hemp hearts and stuff and they were fine.
Okay.
I tried some pistachios and stuff and they were fine, but the seeds, I had trouble with sunflower seeds, it seemed like.
Okay. Interesting. What happened?
Just my hands broke out. I have a little bit of eczema
Okay.
and it's been clearing up through all of this, but that seemed to make them flare just a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, and other than that, the midday meditation I'm having trouble with getting to only because we're in the field and I don't want to stop the combine.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to do that, but I do the morning and the evenings, and so that seems to be keeping me on track. Good. So
Yeah. What are you noticing from doing that in the morning and evening?
actually a lot. It makes you kind of aware of things. It makes me a little bit more aware for sure. It calms me. It keeps me like I don't have a lot of anxiety, but it just kind of I have a little bit of stress, so it kind of just keeps everything in perspective for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can deal with things like I just deal with things on a little bit more calmer level.
Okay.
Like I'm not rushing around and panicking all the time.
That's great.
Yeah. So it all seems to be coming together, and it seems like the more I do it, the more I'm aware. I stay aware longer during the day. So I like that too. It's
Good.
not just a moment thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then today I think oh sorry.
Oh no, that's good. You good.
Oh, I was just gonna say today I'm gonna start introducing some grains and stuff. Is that good or no?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I would I would try some of the seed grains first, like
Okay.
quinoa or
Okay.
amaranth. Those tend to be a little bit easier to digest.
Oh, okay. So let's try these ones first. So quinoa and amaranth. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that this afternoon. I have all that.
Or
So
you must be excited.
I am. I
Yeah.
am. Because it's kind of funny. Like still like my face and stuff is still really pale. The rest of me is all my natural color, but my face is still pale and my eyes are a little bit dark underneath.
All right.
So yeah, so I'm thinking maybe a little bit more energy or food variety might help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you seem to be taking to this very like pretty well. Are you noticing any challenges? Are you struggling
Just
anywhere?
at first, yeah, at first a lot. At first I was like, my whole system was off. Like my body just kind of, when I was doing the fasting at first, my body just kind of shut down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it literally did just like I could hardly even get out of bed. But anyway, so then once I got through that and started adding stuff, the energy came back really, really well. Well, kind of really well. But then
Yeah.
one night I went to bed and I never sleep all the way through the night. But that night I went to bed. I was so tired. I went to bed at 9 o'clock. I didn't wake up until about 7 o'clock the next morning, but something happened through the night. I don't know what it was, but I woke up in the morning and it was just like my body felt like something ran over me. And I went to the washroom and my, no, my, the, like, okay, I'll say it. Like my urine was like dark, 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 dark.
Yeah.
It felt like just everything just released out of my body almost. Like it was a weird morning. I don't know what
Right.
that was all about. And then after that, it took me about a day or two to get actually motivated where I could start moving normally again. So it took me about a week and a half, I guess, to actually, and after all that happened that night, everything just kind of seemed to change. Like my energy started coming back a little bit. I kept on with like the chicken and the fish that I was boiling, and I probably overate a little bit just because I was so hungry.
Yeah.
But and now it's kind of just balanced out.
You were experiencing some really intense lightheadedness at the beginning as well, right?
Yeah, I kept passing out. I fainted a lot in the first 2 days of fasting. Yeah. Yeah. So
was that, when you woke up in the night and then you went to the bathroom, was that kind of like the turning point?
it was the next morning. It was the next morning, that one morning around, it was about 9 o'clock in the morning, because I got up around 7 and I literally felt like rocks were holding me down. And then I got up and I went to the washroom and I showered, and then the night before I had a really, really strong Epsom salt bath.
Okay.
And I put in some essential oil. So maybe that had something to do with it too. I don't know. That's
amazing.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds as though something significant moved through you.
I know. That's what I mean. That's what it felt like to me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing, actually. I was just like, oh, I mean, it didn't feel good at the time, but after, it just seemed like that was a turning point. Yeah. Okay. And I did try running again, but the running I had to stop. I just don't have enough energy in me yet.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. But it's coming. I feel it coming. Like I see the light at the end of the tunnel, actually. And now that I'm introducing
beautiful
grains and stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
About it. Mm-hmm.
I am too. And you're on week 5?
No, I'm just starting week 4 on Sunday.
Perfect. Yeah. That is so great. I'm so happy.
Yes, me too. Me too. Thank you for everything. I love, know, what's really helping me is not just going through this with you, because this really helps, but I go on to your YouTube things and I watch. I think I'm almost through all your videos, but those are so informative. I don't know how to thank you enough for putting those on there.
Oh, that's great.
They really help. When you're having a bad day, I'll go pick one of your meditations and just follow it. And it seems
that's
it's nice. Thank you.
Really nice to hear.
Yeah, it's good. I like them. They help a lot.
So I feel like do you feel comfortable with, the pace that we're going, or do you want a challenge at all? Or are you okay with everything, or how are you feeling?
I'm okay I guess I'm okay with everything right now, only because like yesterday was really like, that was my day 6 of the ghee and water. Okay. And my stomach is still working a little bit with that. Sure. But it's working. So that's a bonus for me.
Yeah. What kind of, how are you experiencing that it's working?
Well, the first couple days I actually had stomach movements, right? Like I could air moving through my stomach, which I haven't had. Like my digestive has bothered me for probably, I'm going to say, I'll tell you, when I was like 30 years old, I had a C-section. Okay. And ever since then, I've kind of had bad digestion. Yeah. And I'm 53 now, so it's been a lot of years. And anyway, so for things to actually feel like they're moving on a regular basis is new to me. Wow. And that these last couple of days really just seem like that's what's happening with that. Yeah. Yeah. That's great news. Yeah. So I'm hoping, and I don't know, like, I don't know, do I keep, like, if it doesn't keep working, do I just do it again? Well, let's stay the course. I think we'll stay the course. So optimally, this may be something that, once we get through this, and we're only at the fourth week, which is just beautiful. I love the progress and the pacing. But so what we're working for is that you get a good, stable diet by the end of the 8-week program, and something that you can maintain for a year. Nice. Yeah. That's kind of the goal. Yeah. So it takes about a year for the digestive tract to like really, really, really heal. So we want to get you to a point where it's like you have a good, a lifestyle diet that maybe isn't like, oh, you can eat whatever you want whenever you want.
But it's pleasant and it's doable, and yeah. So then at every fall junction and every spring junction, you should do some type of cleanse. So
Right.
the one that you did now, the one that we did together with the 5-day, the sort of the drink, that protocol would be a really good one for you to do during, especially the fall season.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now with that one though, because like I was just doing the bone broth, that just wasn't enough. Can I still do the cleanse with the steamed vegetables?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll put 5-day with steamed vegetables, because the steamed vegetables just seem to give me enough. And I know I'm really low on iron. Like even I just gave blood the other day, which I probably shouldn't either because it made me dizzy. But I donated blood, and they said I was just above the cusp of their iron with their iron.
Oh, okay.
So I need iron. I know that. So I can take the steamed vegetables. That'll help. 5-day with steamed vegetables. Okay.
We could also test, you could try some blackstrap molasses.
Okay.
See if that feels safe to you after you drink it. There's no reaction, no eczema. You're kind of lucky with the reaction that you have, the eczema, because it tends to be so, usually if somebody has a food reaction with eczema, it usually happens pretty directly to the food that they eat. Some other dietary trigger symptoms can be a little more sneaky, like delayed. They may not show up for like 2 or 3 days after you eat the offender. So, but with eczema, that tends to be pretty readily, like headaches, chronic, like migraine headaches tend to be a little more sneaky, where you may eat some kind of dietary trigger and then it may not impact you for a couple days.
Okay. That did happen.
It did happen?
Yeah, I got major headaches. I forget what I ate. I have to go back and read.
Okay.
But that's when the day I broke out with the eczema too. So the next day my hands were all, I wake up in the middle of the night with the little blisters.
Okay.
It happens. So yeah.
That's been decreasing though?
Oh yeah. I haven't had a headache for, all this week. I never had a headache.
Oh, that's
a little bit when I did the ghee, but not just very, very mild.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So with the molasses, do I just take a tablespoon straight, or do I mix them with something?
Mix it with water.
With water? Okay. With water.
Yeah. That tends to be an iron supplement that's generally easy to do. And then another thing too is a lot of times when people have digestive compromises, what happens is they lack what's called intrinsic factor.
Okay.
And intrinsic factor is what you need basically to absorb B12 from the foods that you eat. And it happens in like the stomach, small intestine. And then you need B12 to make, your red blood cells. Okay, so that's where the deficiency tends to happen. So that can be like a lot of times from low hydrochloric acid in the stomach, or just, not creating enough intrinsic factor. So we may, if you want to, I think it would be just fine to like supplement with some sublingual B12 supplement.
Okay, I have that here, so I can take
that. I think you could add that.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'll add that in.
Because that's real difficult to function when you're, anemia is like you're essentially suffocating,
Yeah, I do know.
Oxygen.
Yeah. Okay, good. That's good. Because B12 does help me, so I will take it. I'll start taking it again. Okay. Perfect. And so with the ghee, what is the ghee actually, like what is it? I mean, I know it's good, and I've heard that it's a good fat and everything, but what does it actually do? Like, why does it work so well in the stomach?
Well, it's so in Ayurvedic medicine, it's considered to be an anupana. So the word anupana means vehicle. And so it's a vehicle we use it as a vehicle to help with carrying other medicinal spices or herbs deeper into the digestion. So sometimes we'll use it, like we'll infuse herbs into the ghee, and then it helps with the assimilation of the other herbs or spices. So that's one use. Another thing is that ghee tends to be really, really anti-inflammatory. So it soothes the intestinal lining. So in digestive issues, a lot of times chronic inflammation leads to the breaking down of the intestinal cell lining. So it's almost like you get little burns along the digestive tract. And then when that happens, food stuff that should stay in the digestive tract starts to spread, goes through. It grows through the protective barrier into the rest of your body. And that's what actually creates the allergic responses like eczema or headaches. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to seal the lining of the gut. And so ghee is just like this like really nice salve. It's highly anti-inflammatory, and it's like a little ointment that we can put along your GI tract. So that's another thing. And then another thing too is that it's got a lot of butyric acid in it, which actually the cells in the GI tract, that's what they rely on for peristalsis. Peristalsis is when your gut does the wave and it pushes the food through your GI tract. So ghee contains a lot of that. So it helps with like people that are chronically constipated or have issues where they're not, there's no peristalsis or there's a lack thereof. It will help with stimulating regularity of the GI tract. Okay, that makes sense. Good. Yeah. That's pretty amazing. It is. I'll tell you on day 5 though, when you had to do 5 teaspoons, that was tough. Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't tough going down, but it seemed like it was just there with me all day. I know. Yeah, but it worked. I worked, so yay. Yeah. I totally understand. Yeah. I've done it, and it's quite intense. Yeah. Especially with like sometimes if we infuse it with specific herbs or spices, it can get even less palatable. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, and then when you mix it with the water, it gets like you're drinking a full glass of ghee. You feel like exactly. That's what it was like. Yeah. It was like at the first, it was like, oh, this just tastes like eating popcorn from the theater. Mm-hmm. And then after, it was like, oh no, it's not. Yeah. But, okay. All right. Well, I feel very comfortable with just sort of staying the course and keep broadening the diet. I think that's great. I feel very happy that I mean, basically what you're saying is since you had the cesarean section, your digestion, which was 20 years ago, your digestion hasn't worked. No, it hasn't. No, not even a little bit. And I even noticed like my stomach, I haven't always had a big stomach, but over the last 10 years, it's almost like, I don't know, when you age, I just thought it was hormones and stuff, but you get that belly, right? Mm-hmm. And just over the last 3 weeks, that's pretty much gone down to where it used to be, right? So I didn't realize it was just, I guess I don't know what it was, but it's going down. So yay. That's great. Yeah. I don't know what it was. It's just, like I said, that one morning I woke up and it was like, I didn't realize it, but it feels like I was swollen for the last 30 years. And that morning I woke up and I actually felt like I had a body again, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it was just weird. It was just like a flush. Like it was just amazing. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but yeah. I mean, I'm guessing it was just a cleanse or detox, but yeah. Pretty good. Okay. Yeah. It could be a lot of things. I mean, there could be stagnant lymphatic fluid. It tends to pool in that area of the body. It could be inflammation. It could be, actual gas in the GI tract that was just sort of, Okay. I know the dry brushing really seems to be working well with me too. Like I do that. I try to do that every morning or night with the oils. Mm-hmm. And it seems to be working nicely. So yeah, good. Beautiful. All right. Is there anything else I can help you with today? No, I'll start with my grains this week, and then maybe like one more question, I guess. Yeah, like on if I'm good with the grains for 3 days, can I start with meat, like beef and stuff, or should I not with that yet? Not quite yet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will do the grains, and then what should I move on to then? If the grains are good. Do you have more vegetables to work with? Oh yeah, I have a lot of them. Okay. Actually, I have all the nightshades and stuff I haven't touched yet. Okay. I would save the nightshades for a little bit later as well.
Okay.
Um,
Then I'll work with some of the other vegetables that I have brought in from the garden. I'll try some of them.
okay,
Yeah.
that's
Like
beautiful.
onions and all that kind of stuff I'll try. Okay.
And then that will take us to our next call, I'm sure.
Yeah, that'll be week 5 starting next time. So perfect.
Okay. All right, Kathy. Thank you so
Good.
much.
Thanks a lot, Monica.
Okay.
Talk to you
Have a good day.
later.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.